All right, day 4 of the actual series, and today we're gonna work on the animation. And in order to do that, we're gonna first of all put the Rokoko suit on. Then we're gonna actually record the mocap, so do the movement inside my office, and then we're gonna bring it to the reel, clean it up, and apply it to our characters. So this is what we're gonna do today. And first of all, I'm gonna actually start by turning on the AC because it is really hot as. So the Rokoko suit has all the sensors right here, like this one, and all, like you can't see them through, but it's like right here I have a sensor, and right here as well. So all those sensors tell the computer where my body parts are. So that's how basically mocap works. Now we can actually turn on the suit, and I have a power bank inside a little pocket. Turn it on. Gloves should be fully green as they are, and now we should see it appear in the Rokoko Studio in a second. Rokoko Smart Suit Pro connected via Wi-Fi, perfect. Right now it's all crooked, it's all good, no worries. We're gonna add an actor, which is me, and then we're gonna drag the Rokoko suit onto the actor. So now it's a little bit better, still completely crooked, no worries at all. We're gonna calibrate it. So calibrate pose, I'm gonna stand tall, and now as you can see, all the fingers, everything, it's working. So now we're good to go to record. I'm gonna press record, and I'm gonna act the video out, right? So the whole idea of the 3D video is this one. So there are photographers that are taking pictures of the event, which is the statue reveal. As they remove it, everyone sees it, freaks out, run out of frame, right? And yesterday I had this idea that we're gonna try it out and see if it's better or not, but after all the people ran out, right? So there are a lot of people, there's a crowd, pictures, scared, run. There are gonna be only one remaining that either falls down to his knees, which I might need a cushion to do that. So yeah, I might use one of those. But anyway, that's beside the point. So it's either gonna fall to his knees or it's just gonna be like this, like in awe towards that, you know, the statue of Giannis with the Heat jersey. And that person is gonna actually have the jersey on. So it's actually gonna be a fan of the Miami Heat with that jersey on. So it's gonna be even more impactful, I think. I don't know, we're gonna try it. So yeah, let's spit this out, right? So I'm a photographer right here, it's just waiting. They're about to remove it. And then run it. So that's one photographer. Then we're gonna go back and record it again. 3, 2, 1, record. Act it out. So I'm now a videographer. I'm just like this. Okay. And they're gonna remove it now. That's 2. I was about to fall down. We're gonna have someone with the phone. I'm gonna actually use my phone, right? There you go. let's see. Let's test this out. Gonna fucking break my knees on it. Okay, let's see. So it's kind of like, huh. It kind of works. It kind of wobbles though. So I might, yeah, see? It kind of wobbles. So I'm gonna need something to drop. So I'm gonna use this one. So just like this, looking around. Then they remove the cloth from the statue and I'm like, oh, shit. And we're done. I'm gonna remove the suit because it's hot. And first of all, I'm gonna disconnect it. And I'm gonna record then the cleanup and everything else. So let's go. Now that we are off of the Rokoko suit, we're going to check out first how the mocap actually went. And then we're gonna export it from Rokoko and import it into Unreal, do the retargeting, and then we're gonna go from there. So what you wanna do in this stage for the Rokoko mocap data is review the footlock, that's what it's called. And what is footlock? Basically, it's those two things that are underneath the character's feet. The left one is the green one, the right one is the blue one, and it shows when the characters should stick to the ground. So Rokoko then calculates the motion from that data. And it's basically what you see in the timeline right now. So it shows that when the blue one is on, so when you see a blue line in the timeline, that means that the character is actually touching the ground on that particular moment and for that particular span of time. And when it's the green one, then the green one is obviously connecting to the ground. So now we have to see the footlock because it's not just a matter of like showing and seeing if the foot is on the ground while we see the animation. So it calculates actually the entire animation movement from the footlock, because when one foot is on the ground, it tells the software that the character is not moving. But when they're both off, it means that the body mass is moving. So it basically calculates the timing between the footlocks. See, like right now, I pull it back, and when I press finalize post process, it's gonna recalculate the entire thing and say, okay, oh, this should be, you know, in contact. This moves, it's fine, then go back, right? So this is the main trick that we're gonna do right now. I'm skipping the beginning because it's just me talking, so we're not gonna spend time on that. So it's from right here. So I'm gonna drag this end of the timeline of the in and out. So it's gonna tell Rokoko Studio, okay, export from this point on. See, for example, this little shift, we don't care about that much. So here I do some couple of steps, but I can tell that I didn't touch the actual ground. I'm looking at see right here, I'm looking at the left foot, and at this moment right here, I think I'm not touching the ground right now, but it tells him that I'm touching it. So I'm gonna fix it. I think I'm touching it right now. So drag it to that point, recalculate. And you can do it, you know, the finalize post process, you can't do it at the end and do it once. It's still gonna show you actually. See how much better? See the difference? Now it's like, oh, I did actually jump a little bit to put the actual weight on my left to then push it to the right. So it's really important still to actually have the best motion that you can have. See right here as well. And we're out of the actual picture. So drag it back out, finalize post-process, and this is the result. It's nothing, obviously it's nothing major for what we're doing, but it's important still to actually get to know this stuff so that when I do the actual more intricate projects, you kind of know what we're doing already. So this is the cameraman. So, okay, look at the difference right here. And then I'm going to speed this up though. So here we have this one where the right foot, it looks like it's sticking to the ground. And this is why, look at the movement. Look at the movement. See that little, it looks like it freezes midair, like around exactly here. And that's because of the foot lock miscalculation. So I actually lift my foot from here. So I'm gonna actually remove it and see, touch the ground here. And then here I lift my foot. And here the green one should touch. And then the blue one, right? So let's see the before and after. Can you see the difference? Like completely smooth. And now we have another, this one. We have another one of these situations where it's like, look how much it stops. So it's not realistic. So in order to fix that, it's basically you have to do this. And it's not, it doesn't take as long as you think, but you still need to take your time. It's very important to take your time on this. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. It's so satisfying to see the before and after. Perfect. Shout out to Rokoko. Okay, so we're gonna do that right now for the entire thing. So once we are done with the exporting, we're gonna import it into Unreal and we're gonna do the retargeting. So the retargeting process is basically the way that we transfer an animation to a different skeleton. So a couple of years ago, it had to be done manually, but now Unreal Engine has the automatic retargeting feature. So that's really helpful and fast. So we're gonna use that. I'm gonna show you how easy it is. And then clothing wise, since we are actually running out of time and we don't need such a fidelity on the clothing, we're gonna use the MetaHuman classic garments. So we're not gonna simulate it in Marvel's Designer, but we're gonna use Unreal default clothing assets. So once we're done with the exporting, we can actually close Rokoko. Thank you, Rokoko. And we're gonna open up Unreal. So I've actually tweaked a little bit the statue. And I thought that I needed to actually see the clothing also in black. So I went ahead and actually made the material black. And this is how it looks. Let's go back to the animation. Import only animation is off. Skeleton not selected, so it's going to create a new one. And then you check morph target. If it's on, then it's fine. Then you go into import. Then you press import again and you select the rest of them. And then here we're going to select actually the skeleton of photograph 2. And then press import only animation. So it's not going to import multiple skeleton mesh. Okay, so now we have all of them. We're going to save all. And we're going to apply them to our MetaHumans that we're going to create. So inside another folders, and then here we're going to do MetaHuman and MetaHuman character. Let's name him PH1. We're going to use 2K textures, not 8K, nothing fancy, just random stuff. Not because I don't care, but it's because we only going to see the back, remember. Let's see, presets, perfect. We're going to use a preset. So we have one. We have Bo, we have Lorenzo. That looks pretty much identical to me. So since it's actually a default preset metahuman and everyone can actually have the same one as this one, I need to change at least something, right? So what actually makes the most different, at least from the back? Hairs. So we're gonna change at least the hair for our characters. There we go. Okay. So for the clothing, you can actually go into Fab and there should be MetaHumans pre-made clothing that you can actually drag and drop, and then you double click. This is gonna fit on him. We have to remove this one, and it looks glitchy. 5.8. Welcome to Unreal World, I guess. Okay, we don't need shoes because we're not gonna see. Technically we don't even need pants. So now we're good to go, and then we're gonna create full rig. It's gonna auto rig everything. Then we're gonna assemble everything, and then we have the metahuman. So I'm gonna speed up the process. Again, for this one, it's just mainly the same thing over and over. It's not like I don't think you could learn anything on this. Also, let me know if I should stream this stuff rather than create a video and upload it on YouTube or Instagram for you guys. If it's better for you to maybe have a live stream so you can ask questions directly. I don't know, just let me know down in the comments below. So now I'm gonna show you the process of retargeting. So now we have the skeleton, right? We have our metahuman skeleton, metahuman inside the scene. We're going to go to our animation, photograph 2, right click, retarget animation. And then here we're going to select the target skeleton, which in our case is PH1 and body mesh. Now it looks like this because we have it dressed up, so Unreal doesn't show what you have underneath so that there's no clipping, but we actually can't see the body. So just for a matter of like example, I'm gonna pick another body, a full one. There you go. So here we can select any animation that are underneath the photograph 2 IK skeleton. We can see the preview right now of the same animation translated into whatever skeleton that we select. Obviously, as we previously said, Unreal splits up the body into body and head. So now we're only seeing the body, but it actually transfers the whole thing. So you're good. Even though if it's headless, the head will also be moving, so it's fine. So anyway, see, and then you click another one, and then it's gonna translate that to the other characters, taking pictures. Let's actually pick the right skeleton though, and I'm going to export animations. Select the folder that we created before called retargeted, and then we can write, I don't know, PH as a prefix, and then export. Leave it as is, and we're done. So now we bring our blueprint of the metahuman that we just created onto the timeline. Once we do that, first thing first, we're gonna delete the metahuman control rig. I know it doesn't make sense, but I'll show you. Then we go to the body, we press the plus sign, and then we go to animation. We just type PH, click on this, and we have our animation. So it might distort, when you're like moving around and stuff. That's fine. Don't worry about it. You can actually fix that by going into the LOD sync and force the LOD to 0. And now it's gonna be always at max resolution, so it's not gonna glitch or anything. Let's see how it looks inside our scene, right? So he's way too far, first of all. Better. Yes. And we want the clothing, let's think about it. So the clothing should be going off like right now. I need like 2 seconds, like max. So right here, I'm gonna mark it with M. There we go. And so here he should be freaking out though. So let's do, so he's about to run. So now, so it's like this. So it's like clothing off. Oh shit. And then he runs. So now we have to do the same process over and over and over, right? So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna probably speed it up. Now, before using the constraint function, we're gonna actually make sure that the hands are actually fitting the camera. In order to do that, you want to create a control rig or use the control rig of the MetaHuman as a layered control rig. So that means that instead of changing the entire values of the animations, is going to actually just add whatever change you want while keeping the base animation intact. So it's pretty useful. And in order to do that, you go to the body, control rig, you go to layered, you need to make sure that this is checked, and then you select the body MetaHuman control rig. So now, when you move the hand and the fingers to the camera, roughly, again, because it's not going to be a close-up on the hand. And once you're happy with that, I think I'm fine, to be honest. Now you can use the constraint. So we're going to pick the mesh that we want to attach to our character. You go to the constraint tab right here, and this window is going to pop up. So you go to constraint and you click on add, and you go with parent. Then this little eyedrop tool appears, and you need to pick whatever bone you want the static mesh to be attached to. So we pick hand, and just like that, it's following the hand throughout the animation. Now let's see. It's roughly in there. Keep in mind that the lag is not going to be there at the end. So let's see it from our camera view. Okay, so there needs to be some tweaking like right here, definitely. And the tweaking is going to be on the skeleton again. Let's see. Still a little bit better, but still it's this one should be, whoops, more like that. Okay, and then this is why we used the constraint. It's because at this point right here, we don't want him to hold the camera anymore. So I don't want the camera to be attached to him anymore. When I don't want the camera to be attached anymore, I still want the camera to be in that position in the world space so that I can then animate it from there. So I'll actually start tweaking it so that it looks like it's actually throwing it already. Let's see. Yeah. So when I decide when to actually detach the camera, I'll go right here and create an active keyframe for that constraint, and then boom, now it's not attached to it anymore. So that's pretty useful. And since in between frames Unreal calculates the position and everything, it kind of lags a little bit. You want to make the animation once you're happy with the result, and that will set a keyframe for every frame, and therefore you can actually have a real preview of the camera. And now, as you can see, it's not lagging anymore. So it's baked until our release point, right? And so now it's just a matter of like animating the camera roughly. too much. Okay, that it looks like a little too light. It needs to be heavier. So in order to smooth this animation up, we need to dive into the actual graphs. Don't be scared of them. It's gonna be fine. So this one is the Z axis. And I want to check the curves editor so that I can smooth out this transition a little bit better. This first part, I don't like this one. Feels weird at the beginning. I think it's good. Just need to have a little bit of rotation. Not too much because it's pretty heavy. Okay, so let's apply actual texture to the camera. I know right now I don't have any textures on it, and let's save everything because I don't want it to crash right now. So luckily only him, I think, throws the camera away, so we don't need to do the constraint stuff anymore. We can go with the attach workflow. So I duplicated the camera. Now I'll attach it to this guy. And this guy is PH3. So we'll go attach, PH3, body, and then hand right. Okay, I think it's just a matter of like fixing the hands now. So again, make sure that it's layered, add a matte human control rig,